Good afternoon from the Superbook.com sports desk. I'm Joe Hunk. Yesterday, Josh Heupel got himself a new contract extension, and today it was Tennessee Athletic Director Danny White with his new contract. It is a 6-year deal. He will be making $2.2 million annually. The Vols also announced today that the orange and white game is coming back. Remember, it did not happen last year because of construction to Neyland Stadium, but April 15th, the game will be back. And Andy Reid met with the media earlier today, and obviously the first thing he talked about was Patrick Mahomes.
There are no injuries to talk about. Everybody's going to practice today. So
Level with Patrick practicing today, so
he'll practice. He did the walkthrough this morning, and he'll practice this afternoon.
No injuries. None. For all the foundation repair and waterproofing needs that you may need, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, Nashville? 3HL is on the air. 104.5 The Zone. Brent Doherty with you on a beautiful Wednesday afternoon in the Music City. I've got Dawn Davenport wearing her I'm just kidding.
What?
Auburn orange.
Yes. Roar. Damn Eagle.
Listen, man, that game tonight is really good.
Yes,
At
I
least
am.
going in, it looks like it.
I'm multi-supporting here. I'm supporting Bruce and my Auburn boys and War Eagle down on the plains, and supporting our guy Ron Slay's debut as an analyst.
Ron Slay is doing the Texas A&M at Auburn game tonight, 8 o'clock on ESPN2. Might as well start on the big network.
I guess, right?
Auburn
Look,
favored by 4.5. What'd you say?
I have my Auburn earrings on. You like them? Little tigers?
I always worry about your earrings and those headphones.
I know, they kind of hurt. These kind of hurt, actually. There we go.
Yeah, so big game coming up tonight. Auburn favored by 4.5. War Damn Eagle has won 5 games in a row. Texas A&M has won 7 out of 8. So Auburn 6-1, 1 game behind Alabama. Tennessee tied with Auburn at 6-1, and then Texas A&M's 5-1. So really big game tonight, and so Ron Slay just gets thrown in there like a baby in the water.
There you go. Sink or swim, baby.
Get to the edge. Get to the edge. That's all we want you to do. Just get to the edge.
Yeah, he's got Tom Hart as his instructor. He's good.
Producer Joe Hunk.
So Dane Bradshaw's probably going to be up in a balcony somewhere just staring down at them, smoking a cigarette in the dark, just staring at them.
Grr.
By the way, real quick, prayer warriors out there. We mentioned yesterday, 3HL listener Chris Ferris discovered that he had cancer a couple weeks ago. He had surgery today. We were in contact with him. Sent him a little video yesterday, and he had surgery at 12:30. His brother David just wrote us and said, my brother just got out of surgery. Everything went great. Doctors are very optimistic about recovery. Prayers answered.
Awesome.
So he had cancer
That's great news.
in his kidney, and so they removed the kidney. And so the hope is the cancer's gone. So continue prayers for Chris Ferris out there. Y'all lift him up. Coming up today, Coach Mack, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. We'll take a look at the NFL Final Four. I'm looking forward to these matchups, San Francisco and Philadelphia, and Cincinnati and Kansas City. Cincinnati favored on the road, which is interesting.
Well, and I was like, oh, that's part of that is the Patrick Mahomes effect, right, with the high ankle sprain. But apparently practiced today, went through a walkthrough, practiced today, just 4 days after the ankle sprain, and, no injuries. He's good to go.
Yeah, that was my favorite part. Andy Reid, no injuries to discuss.
Right.
Oh, yes, there is.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, your quarterback, actually. Yes.
Yeah. He needed a moving sidewalk to get to the locker room at halftime last week.
So that was a great visual.
By the way, moving sidewalks all around the city. We need those. Why do we have scooters? Just moving sidewalk, like at the airport. Well, some airports.
See, I don't love the moving sidewalk. I feel like it's a waste.
What is it for anyway?
To help you get going faster.
I was about to say, like, all it does is add like 2 or 3 miles per hour to your walk.
Right.
Listen, I'm not advocating for the moving sidewalk because I get on the moving sidewalk and just plant my ass right there. I still walk. You just walk faster.
I just think they're a waste. No, that being said, I use them.
I was going to say, do you use them?
I use them just
Oh,
because
I
they're
use
fun.
them.
Come on, Rose.
I use it just because it's fun.
Did I use that reference
No,
correctly?
you didn't, but that's okay.
Right on top of that, Rose.
Yep, that's all right.
Every time I think about that, though, like I think about Titanic.
How
Oh,
you'll
Rose,
never let
yeah,
go.
totally different movie. Don't tell mom the babysitter's dead. Titanic.
Listen, man, Rose had a hell of a story when she was 98 years old or
Both
whatever.
really involve a really old lady.
And how he couldn't get on that big-ass piece of boat, I have no idea.
Like, why couldn't they both get up there?
Yes.
Okay.
It's almost like he wanted to die. Like, I'm going to be a martyr here.
He's like, I really liked you on this trip. It's like your summer vacation crush. You know, we were really good during the summer, but if we get to mainland, I don't think this is going to work.
Leonardo DiCaprio wanted to die there. He wanted to be that guy. Like, he saved the lady, the damsel in distress, and exited stage right.
So, did you say Bengals favored by 1?
I don't know what it is now. I'll look it
That's
up.
what it is now.
Okay.
What was it prior?
Well, I mean, it started a half, then it went up to 1.5, then it went up to 2.5 yesterday, and now you're getting Kansas City money, I guess.
Yeah, so it's back to 1.
So Todd Fuhrman will talk about those two games. From
Well,
a
I
betting
want to hear
perspective at
from
4:30.
him if he expects it to change even more in the next couple of days. We'll see.
I mean, it's been bouncing around like a pendulum. They don't really bounce, but they move.
They do move.
Also, moving on. We've got to talk about the quarterbacks, Babsy.
Ugh,
The quarterback topic.
it annoys me.
There's 2 Hall of Famers out there. And people keep mentioning the Titans for both of them. Listen.
They're
I believe
46 years old and 39 years old. Just saying.
46.
Are there Titans fans that legit want either of them? I
Yeah.
don't think there are.
Do y'all want Aaron Rodgers or Ryan Tannehill?
I don't
Do
think
y'all
there
want
are.
Tom Brady or Ryan Tannehill? Do y'all want Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady? Listen, we talked about this last offseason. Aaron Rodgers did buy property here and is building or built a house. I don't know where they are in that deal. So, I mean, the questions for Aaron Rodgers, and he's been talking about it. Does he retire? Does he stay in Green Bay? Does he seek a trade? Those are the 3 options. He said, quote, "There are no sides here. It's not me against the Packers," end quote. You want either one of those guys? Just on the front end? Because we're going to talk to Coach Mack in a second.
No. No.
So, legit question.
No.
Is Tom Brady better than Ryan Tannehill in 2023?
With this current roster,
Like, legit.
like you say, current
yeah.
roster, Dennis Daly on the line, like current roster.
Yes, as in
Tom Brady or Ryan Tannehill.
Exactly. Which one? Because again, that's what you're getting. You're not getting the GOAT that's won all the rings. You're getting Tom Brady in 2023. Is he better than what you already have?
That's a hard question.
That's why it's a good question, Babs.
It's easy to sit here and say no, but look at the roster that he just dealt with. No running back, no run game, crappy offensive line. Dude threw 50 passes a game. Dude helped lead that team to a playoff appearance. When there's no way that they should have been there with the roster that they had.
Flip that. You could say the exact same thing about the Titans. It's almost the exact same team because Titans should not have been in the playoffs.
Did not make the playoffs.
Right. The only difference is Tampa won one more game than what the Titans did to get into the playoffs.
Where Tom Brady threw for what? He had a great game.
Yeah.
Why do you keep hitting the desk?
I don't know because this is a hard conversation and there's so many layers to it. This is the problem. The layers. I hate layers. I hate layers in my hair. I hate layers on a cake.
Layers on
it
an onion.
just complicates things.
Ogres are like
you're going to bring up
onions.
old crap too. The layers on this desk. Layers of onion smell from Bob. Ugh.
Did you ever get to the bottom of why there was a raw onion being eaten at your desk?
Yeah, apparently Robert lost a bet,
He did.
which is why he was eating a raw onion. Now, the fact that he was sitting in my spot, I don't know why that happened. Who sits here on the morning show? Anybody?
Kayla.
Okay. I don't know why that happened, but I texted Buck about it, and Buck said, it's not your spot till 2 o'clock. 3 o'clock, whatever.
Yeah, Blaine has it,
Whatever
1 to
time.
3.
It's
But,
not
I
your
mean,
spot till 3.
Listen, that's a valid point by Buck.
No, it is not.
I'm surprised I even got that sentence out.
Me too. Sorry, I was distracted by somebody who was talking about what a garbage division Tampa was in. Hello. Hello. Let me introduce you to the AFC South.
That's the reason why I said they were mirrored, because Tampa got in with an 8-9 record.
I wonder what Rose thinks about that. Did I use that correctly?
No, but good effort.
There is
Thank you
a
for trying.
Rose out there that does want to know what
At
wants to
some
know about
point,
that.
Hey, man,
you're
Kate
going to
Winslet-
hit it.
Kate Winslet, she wants to know all about the quarterback situation. Brent don't care about the earrings, cousin Danny in the Borough.
Oh, that's true.
I do. I worry. No, I don't care about the earrings. I worry about Dawn's earlobes, though. So
Yes.
my mom was a lawyer, and she said she was in court one day, and this attorney had like these big hoop earrings, and the other attorney got mad at her, and they got into this heated debate, as lawyers tend to do, and she walked over there and put one index finger inside each ring and pulled down.
No.
Yes.
Oh,
That's why I'm worried about your damn earrings.
See,
and your
I'd
ears.
probably be on trial for murder after that.
615-737-1045 at the RHL.
Hey, I got to throw this name in. Lamar.
Now, okay. Oh, okay. Well, I'm hiring Tim Kelly if I get Lamar Jackson. He had Deshaun Watson in Houston. I think that's part of why he's here, because of Malik Willis. I don't know.
Are you hiring Tim Kelly anyway?
Maybe. I mean, why was he brought here?
You would think for this.
I know. I all along thought, nobody told me this. I'm just going to tell y'all. Nobody told me this. But I all along thought they just hired Tim Downing. Todd Downing's replacement when they brought Tim Kelly in.
It was the tea leaves. You just looked at the tea leaves. You could read them.
Right.
I don't know that I've ever seen tea leaves, though. Like, I just see tea.
You just do the tea bag.
Yeah, I don't know about tea leaves.
Let's not talk about tea bags. Let's move on.
Yes, that's what I thought.
Listen, wait a second. I was telling Paul Mason, our boss, about you today.
About me?
Yes.
No. We don't talk about me to the boss.
No. Let him finish. I was in there. I was in the room for the conversation. Let him finish.
I said Dawn has been putting out remarkably great content over the last few weeks. Not that you don't always, but man, you stepped on. I don't know. You got a whoopee cushion over there or something?
No, my give a damn's busted, I believe. That might be it.
You know where you can go for that?
Where?
I'm pretty sure that there is a nice, Apple Collision Center or something that can help you get that
Probably
fixed.
true.
There we go.
I'm worried about your husband too.
Because I'm in organized mode?
No, I like that. I mean, everybody's got their thing, and
We've
that's
got a place
yours,
for you
so,
to go with that one too.
Listen, listen, if your thing is organization, I don't know why he has to get in the way of this. Just turn you loose.
Well, this is the problem. He's not joining in the organization part
but
of
you
it,
don't want him
which
to.
pisses me off.
No, you don't want him to.
Yeah, I just
He'll get
want
in the
him
way.
to. I just
He
want
won't
him
do it
to
the way you
put
want it
hey,
done.
I just washed all and folded all the clothes. Just put them in your drawers.
How do you spell that?
It's like horse. Same way.
She did kind of go New England there with the drawers.
Hey, so back to Tim Kelly. If you're a promising offensive coordinator, are you coming to the Tennessee Titans?
More on that at 10.
You know what?
We'll discuss.
Coach
Mack's
Mack.
next. Coach Mack is next. I mean, there are some that say it's maybe the least attractive opportunity that's out there. There are a lot of coordinator jobs out there, too.
Maybe.
Coach Mack, see what I mean? She's on one, man. All right, we'll be right back. 3HL, Brent Doherty, Don Davenport. Ron Slay is in Auburn, Alabama. You got to check him out tonight. Texas A&M at Auburn. Slay on the call with Tom Hart, 8 o'clock on ESPN2. We'll be right back.
All right, you guys hear me talk about my love of organization and everything having a spot. And now that football season's over and I have some time to do it, my poor dear husband. So I am actually going to call my friends at Artisan Custom Closets again. I actually did this last time after football season, and Danielle with Artisan Custom Closets came out. She's my design consultant. She will be your design consultant here in Nashville as well. And she came out. She looked at my garage. She went through everything. I told her what I wanted to store in certain places. She personalized my garage to fit my needs. I have these beautiful gray cabinets. I have places to hang things on the wall. I have baskets that have certain things. I mean, it's amazing. Danielle did a great job. That first free consultation in my home led to 3D plans so I could see what it would look like. It laid out all my options and cost. It was a tiny bit over my budget, and so I took away some things. I changed some things. Boom, in my budget. Artisan Custom Closet made it easy, and they came and installed it. It took less than a day. Not to mention the install process was so clean and so perfect. Artisan Custom Closets can do the same for you. Whether it's a garage system that you want or that beautiful dreamy master closet, maybe a new pantry, a new laundry room organization. They'll do your mudroom, and they'll even do a home office from top to bottom from scratch. Say goodbye to clutter. Get a free in-home consultation today. Artisan Custom Closets is who you need to call. And you tell them Dawn sent you, you get 10% off for the new year, whatever your project is. Here's your phone number, 615-800-2199, 800-2199. Tell Danielle that Dawn sent you, artisancustomclosets.com.
What's happening, people? Ron Slay here. And then once you hear my voice, you gotta know something taking place. Yeah, and this time, it is Famous Dave's. Yes, it's time to get on and get activated. We are right around the corner from the big game, people. Couple of big games taking place. Feast Mode Buckets. That's the biggest game, though. 3 locations in Middle Tennessee. You probably like, what is Feast Mode Bucket? Feast Mode Bucket? Yeah, Feast Mode Bucket. That's right, Babsy. You can get you some grub on, and you can pick how you want it. Southside Rib Tip Bucket, Wing and Famous Fries Bucket, a hand-breaded chicken strips and Famous Fries Bucket, or, better than that, a build your own bucket for the weekend and a big game. Famous Fries and choice of 2 proteins, Southside Rib Tips, hand-breaded chicken strips, or wings. Whoa, that's a lot to say right there. But leading up to the big game, it ain't a lot to eat, but it will feed a lot of people. Serve 4 to 5 people, matter of fact. Famous Days, Hermitage, Smyrna, and Franklin. You know what it is, people. Get the sauce off your mouth. It's dripping. It's Famous Days.
3HL 104.5 The Zone. Britt Doherty, Don Davenport with you. Double D.
Yo. Yo.
The big boss man, Paul Mason, just came in here.
Yes.
And
reminding us about our meeting to talk about Super Bowl Radio Row. We're heading to the Super Bowl. And
odd that you say that.
What?
104.5 The Zone and 3HL are going to Radio Row in Phoenix, Arizona, thanks to Mitsubishi Electric.
Boom. Well, Mitsubishi love.
The next line is yours. Do you have it?
No.
Okay, this is Dawn. Listen February 8th through February 10th as we broadcast live from Radio Row.
Is that what I sound like? That is not what I sound like. That is terrible.
I honestly thought that was you.
Yeah.
I did. It sounded identical.
I did sound like somebody, but I can't figure out who it was.
Like a gnat? That was terrible.
That
anyway,
was
the
terrible.
big boss was like, hey, so why don't you be on time?
It's funny, too, because Slay's not here. Like, Slay's in this radio station all the time.
Yes.
Like, he's in the building all the time.
Yes.
Me and Davenport, I mean, I'm here a lot, too, but, like, I can run up against a meeting.
I run up against a meeting
You run up against the show.
every time.
So he came in to tell, this will surprise no one. He came in to tell the two of us, which, captive audience, but where are we going to go? There's no back door to this studio, so we have to sit here and listen to the big boss man. We weren't even called in on the carpet. There's no carpet in here.
Nope.
But he was like, I'm going to need you guys to be on time Monday at 1:30.
Don't give me the I'm running 15 minutes late
He
text.
said that exactly.
I'm like, I never do that. Now, I might do the 5 text,
No,
but I don't do the 15.
Here's what you say. You generally don't. Sometimes you give it time, but you always say, I'm coming in hot.
Yeah.
Coming in hot. Davenport, you always go last name, Davenport.
Davenport's coming in hot.
Which makes me envision you going around the roundabout on 2 wheels. That's every time you say that, that's what I envision.
Well,
That is accurate.
no, this is a true story. I don't know if anyone's ever written this, but the statues over here on Demumbrian that have no clothes on, Musica, that's the name of the statues. So first time I went around there with my kid in the car, Will said, Daddy, that's completely inappropriate. And I said, it's art, son. I mean, what else am I going to say? But here's the true story. Those statues, when they were put out there, had clothes on. Until Davenport went around so fast, all the clothes came off. That's a true story.
That's true.
Coach Mack joins us now, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. Coach Mack, what's up?
Hi, Coach.
Ron Slay doing basketball tonight?
He is on the plains at Auburn. Auburn hosting Texas A&M. Auburn's won 5 in a row. Texas A&M's won 7 out of 8. 8 o'clock. And Coach Mack, they don't start him on the Ocho or not even the SEC Network. He's on ESPN2 tonight.
Well, that's where he deserves to be, on ESPN1.
Yeah.
He deserves that. He deserves ESPN1. That's a nice game. That's a nice game for him to start with. And my predictions are he will crush it.
I think that's completely true.
Yes.
And look forward to that. So, what are your plans for the Senior Bowl? Are you going down there?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely, I'm going down there. Going down Monday. We'll come back after the morning practice on Thursday. I'll be talking to coaches and be talking to scouts and, general managers and people that are down there, just kind of get their feelings on some of those guys that are down there. And plus, start some preliminary talks with just the people that are going to be at the combine. I mean, that's what I'm into now. I'm into the draft because that's the one thing that I can prepare for. Free agency clearly has to come in conjunction before that. But before you can ever talk about free agency, you've got to be able to understand where you are with the salary cap. And I'm not into the salary cap right now. I was into the salary cap really deep when I was coaching. I was into the salary cap really deep when I was the head coach and came in with instructions to clear a salary cap that was in a mess. But now, the salary cap is going to determine everything about your free agency. And that's what I think that, the listeners, I know they understand that, but until you start talking all the ifs and buts and as Ron Slay says, ifs and fits, you got to know what the cap situation is, especially with your team and also with other teams too.
I just imagine you talking to, like, I don't know, 75 NFL coaches and personnel like a day down there. Like, you always say you're doing Coach Mack things. I think I know exactly what Coach Mack things are going to be.
Yeah, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing, because that's, where I've been in this thing long enough now, over 3 decades, that I've got people that I can talk to and that want to talk to me. And the thing about it is when you develop those kind of relationships in this league, and really in any kind of profession, if they know they're talking to you not only in confidence, but they're also getting meaningful, information, that you're trading meaningful information, but it stays between the people you're talking with, that's when it becomes real. Just the glad handing stuff and those types of things. I mean, you never get anything out of that. So I've got some very specific people I want to talk to down there. And then, I like at both of these things, kind of meeting the new coaches that have come into the league, seeing where they are. And then, I know a lot of people in this business, and, we've got a new general manager now, so that's going to be interesting to see all of this thing pieced together. But that's what I'm involved in the personnel draft part of it now, guys. Rhett and I have been going at it for about 2.5 weeks now, and he's going down. He's going to go down and interview some players with Mike Keith so that they can put together pieces for Titans, radio for the draft for 2 days, because that's a lot of space to fill, as you guys know.
I remember Mike Keith said that he talked to Roger McCrary first last year down at the Senior Bowl. Like, that was the first guy he talked to, and they end up drafting him. It's funny how things like that work.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is. I mean, he talked to a lot of them, and last year he got some great interviews that we used on Titans Radio Draft Day, and he and Rhett will absolutely do a wonderful job of doing that, and then we'll all come back Thursday.
So, will you be chatting with quarterbacks during this time? Perhaps the Titans might be looking for a quarterback in the draft? Or perhaps they won't.
I mean, the draft so far, Don, just positionally, when you look at it, I mean, I think, quarterback-wise, you're drafted 11th, so you're probably not going to be in position for Bryce Young or C.J. Stroud.
Yeah.
Possibly the people that you start with that will be there would be, in my humble opinion, just going through this thing, for the last month that I've been going through it, is Will Levis, Anthony Richardson, Tanner McKee from Stanford. Hendon Hooker will figure in somebody's draft plan somewhere, even though he's going to be injured, coming off of that. I think there's a guy at Fresno State named Hayner that is fairly interesting. So, I mean, you've always got to be looking at a quarterback, but it just depends. Last year, you guys will remember the quarterback. The best quarterback, or the most ready quarterback, everybody says, was Kenny Pickett. All right, well, it kind of turned out to be. You took Malik Willis in the 3rd round as a developmental quarterback that you never really intended to play this year because of all the development that he was going to need. You had to play him because your quarterback got hurt. And so you've always got to be looking at quarterbacks. It just has to fall so right for you. I don't know if you saw what Brandon Beane said at Buffalo, and Brandon Beane's 100% correct.
Yeah, he nailed it.
Well, he did nail it, Don. He absolutely nailed it. And you have to be able to do 2 things. First of all, you have to be able to be bad as to where you're drafting in, the top 5 in the draft. And then the proper quarterbacks have to be there. It's kind of like Indy fell into when Peyton finally left there, they fell into another generational quarterback. Jacksonville is so bad to fight. Yeah, but I mean, you have to be bad, first of all, so that you can draft there. And the other thing that has to happen is that has to be available to you is those players have to be truly what you think will be franchise quarterbacks coming out. Same thing with Jacksonville and Trevor Lawrence. Same thing with Cincinnati, when they got Joe Burrow. So there's a lot that goes into it, but getting a quarterback that you think you can build a foundation on in this league out of the draft, the first thing that has to happen is, because of the way you inverse draft, you got to be really bad.
Yep.
Or Philadelphia. I mean, there's outliers where trades are made and the really good teams get better. And anyway.
Well, I mean, the Philly was kind of an outlier.
Well, sure they were.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
It absolutely was. But you're not going to just, if you're going to draft, like say where the Titans have been drafting for the last 4 or 5 years in 20s and down. That's not going to be a foundational quarterback you're going to find down there. That's not how it happens. And what Brent's saying is right. If there is one that somebody needs that wants to move up, even if he's a fringe one, you got to move up way high to get him, and that takes draft capital.
Yeah, I think Chicago's going to be interesting sitting there at 1 because everybody and their brother and all God's children know Houston's taking a quarterback at 2. So, if I'm Chicago, I'm playing I might take a quarterback anyway and just tell Justin Fields to the side, hey, man, you're good. Don't worry about it.
Well, look, Brent, you've been
I'm going to play games, coach.
You've been alive long enough to know that anything that you hear from anybody in a team from now until they're on the clock and until the pick is made is a lie. So just believe that.
I know.
It's the season of lies.
That's what Jason Martin used to say. I can't wait until the draft anyway. But it's going to be interesting based on where the Titans are at 11. You're right about that. When Fishbone went 8-8 3 straight seasons, that makes it hard to draft, right? Because people want to say, well, you get a first-round pick no matter where it is. Well, you talk to people in that league, there aren't always 32 first-round graded guys necessarily.
No. And then, look, you guys are very savvy with the draft. You've been around it a long time, and I think our listeners are too. Look, guys, the three of us, we'll throw Joe Hunk in there because he's here. He's been out too. The three of us we could sit down right now and probably find the top 5 at each position, right? Look at tape and say, well, these are definitely better than this next tier. And so if you're drafting in the top 5, not only the first round, but every round, sooner or later, if you draft there long enough, you got a chance to stack a young roster still on rookie contracts. All of this stuff goes back to the salary cap where we started again. But then after that, then you've got to start being able to parse them out. And the further you go down, it's not just the first round, it's every round after that, and you start seeing the spread between where you pick your first time and where you're going to pick your next time. It's not hard to figure out when you see what the process is.
Coach Mack, presented by Farm Bureau Health Plans. Need great health care coverage at an affordable price. Let Farm Bureau Health Plans coach you through it. They've been protecting Tennesseans since 1947. Coach, there's a phone call for you. I know you love hearing from the listeners, and Jonathan in Hendersonville wants to ask you a question. Jonathan, what's up?
Hey, Coach Mack. Hey, 3HL. How's it going?
Good.
Hey, hang on 1 second, Jonathan. I'm going to put you on hold. Operator error. I hung up on Coach Mack.
You hung up on Coach Mack?
That's the worst thing you can do in this city, I think, is hang up on Coach Mack. I just feel disgusting. I want to just lay over there in the corner in the fetal position and suck my thumb.
Oh, my gosh. That is really graphic.
Well, you know me.
Hunk, are you getting him back for us?
Yes, Rose, he is.
Okay.
I'm on top of that, Rose.
I'm right on top of that, Rose. That is where you use that, Brent.
Yeah, okay. Well, y'all do that. I'll invent other things. All right, there's Coach Mack, and so I double hit him to lock him in. And here's Jonathan in Hendersonville, and we got things going. What's up, Jonathan?
Well, first of all, Brent.
Yeah,
hey, how's it going?
Hang on, Jonathan.
Go ahead, Jonathan.
Hey, Coach Mack, when Nashville was hosting the draft, you held a draft analysis where you went over the top 5 players from each position. I was wondering if you were doing that again.
You know what? That was a great fundraising event. I'm glad you were there. Thanks for being there. That was fun that night. We put it together really well. Had a lot of tape, and then that was a great evening. I'm glad that you were there and enjoyed it. I'm not doing that again this year. That was a fundraising event for the Leukemia Lymphoma Society. It raised a lot of money. You guys were a great audience. I really enjoyed it. But I'm not doing that again. I'm not doing that again this year. We don't have that set up.
Bummer. Well, I need to get into the Coach Mack School of Football then.
There you go.
Get the whiteboard treatment.
Thank you, Jonathan. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Hey, Brent.
Yes.
Stay away from the phones, man.
I don't know what's going on here, Coach Mack.
Um,
Too much caffeine. I don't know.
I don't
Don,
know.
you handle the phone.
Oh, yeah, let's do that.
I have been instructed to stay away from them. So, hey, Coach Mack, I got one more question for you on the way out, and obviously, a lot of offseason conversations surrounding this Titans team from a roster standpoint, from a salary cap standpoint. The GM question has now been answered, but obviously the offensive coordinator position is still open. It's still out there, and that's been a conversation in our chat and on our show as well. Let me ask you this. There are quite a few offensive coordinator positions open across the league. Why would an OC want to come to the Tennessee Titans? I want your opinion on that. You look at what this roster is, you look at what you have to work with. What is the appeal of stepping into this job in this position with the Titans?
Well, first of all, you've got a very solid organization. That's what you look at first. Like, I interviewed for a lot of jobs in my career. You look at the organization first, and teams the way they are right now at this moment we're talking is not the same team they're going to be across the league. The other thing I would look at if I were a coordinator from the outside coming in is, you know what, out of the last 3 coordinators they've had with this head coach, 2 of them are head coaches somewhere already.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a great point.
You just look at it. I've interviewed for these jobs. I've interviewed coaches when I was a head coach. I just know what goes into it. And you look when you're getting this opportunity, when your name becomes on that hot list, you look at the organization as a whole in total, because what you do believe and you do know, and when you sit down and talk, and when you come in to interview for these spots, from a head coach to a coordinator, you go over the roster, and then you go over the plans for what the roster are. So, there's a lot to like here, but the strength of the organization is way at the top of it.
Love it. And if they don't have an OC by the time they get to the Senior Bowl, there will be lots of conversations had with lots of people.
Yeah, look, I've been that Senior Bowl. You bring up a great point. The one thing I love everything about the Senior Bowl. The thing that always used to bother me. I never went. I've been fortunate enough in all the years I was coaching in 31 years. I never went to the Senior Bowl without a job. But that's a hard road down there, and it just shows you. Again, great game, brutal business.
Yeah, they can have moving sidewalks down there for that thing. Thank you, Coach. Good stuff, man. Appreciate it.
Guys, always appreciate you. See you guys.
Thanks, Coach.
There he is. He's Coach Mack. By the way,
Jeez, Mayor.
Dude, if you call today, I don't know what's happening. It's the phones. It's not me.
Okay.
No,
It's the ghost. We can't blame them anymore, can we?
I take complete responsibility. Yeah, the ghost did not travel. 92Q is dealing with the ghost over there in that studio that we used to be in.
Oh, that's great.
By the way, they made that thing look really nice over there. Have y'all seen that?
Yeah, they did a lot.
They've got like a well lit illuminated microphone on the wall, like electric sex in the window.
What was that? What was that middle word? What was that middle word?
Christmas Vacation. Have y'all not seen it? Come on, Rose, get on top of that.
Can't see
There
the
you
lines,
go.
can you, Russ?
Oh, there you go.
Boy, the boss came in too early, didn't he? Maybe we'll see him again. I don't know.
Yeah, I was going to say he's about to make another trip.
Listen, it's a line from a movie. What do you want from me?
Okay.
I speak in lines from movies and lines from songs. Buddy Allen Carpet One over in Donaldson. You need to check them out. They are the flooring experts in our community, locally owned and operated by the Allen family for more than 55 years. Zach, Jenna, and Judson Allen are in the store every day. Free in-home measures and estimates. That's what they've got for you. The beautiful guarantee as well. At Buddy Allen Carpet One, they know how important it is to feel confident in your flooring selection. You want to know it's going to look exactly the way you want once it's installed in your home. That's why they offer you unmatched peace of mind with their one-of-a-kind guarantee. If you're not happy, they will replace it for free. That's what they call the beautiful guarantee. Find out more, 615-883-3289, BuddyAllenCarpet1.com.
Hey, if you've been watching the NFL playoffs from the sidelines, there is still time to get into the game with FanDuel, America's #1 sports book. Maybe hear all your friends talking about it and, I've bet this team and I got money on this team. Well, guess what? you can be a new customer and you can bet this Sunday's conference championship games with $150 in free bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. All you have to do is sign up with promo code DAWN, DAWN. What are you going to use your 150 for? I don't know. Take a look at that Bengals-Chiefs game. Bengals by 1 right now. Who are you all in on? Maybe a little Patrick Mahomes? You want to step out on that one? FanDuel has all your favorite bets. You can bet money line. You can bet point spreads. You can bet player props. Plus, you can even combine those bets for a chance at a bigger payout with the same game parlay, all in an app that's safe, it's secure, and it's super easy to use, my favorite part. So football fans, don't miss out. Place your first $5 bet. Get $150 in free bets, win or lose with promo code DAWN, DAWN. Make every moment more with FanDuel, official sportsbook partner of the NFL. Got to be 21 and older and present in Tennessee. First online real money wager only. $10 first deposit required. Bonus issued as knowledgeable free bets. Expires in 14 days. Restrictions apply. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call the Tennessee Red Line, 1-800-889-9789.
Switch and roll tight. Hey, man, I'm getting some love on my Don Davenport impression. I'm telling you that. The people are speaking, Babs.
Oh, my gosh. That was terrible.
Well, here's the thing. If you had your little reader over there about Super Bowl Radio Row, then I wouldn't have to imitate you. Because it says, Brent, 104.5 The Zone and 3HL are going to Radio Row in Phoenix, Arizona, thanks to Mitsubishi Electric. And then it says, Dawn, listen February 8th through February 10th as we broadcast live. See, that's spot on, Hunk.
I'm telling you. I mean, whenever Dawn's not here, you can do her FanDuel spots.
Yeah.
I don't know what the heck y'all are drinking.
I wish I could do
smoking,
Hunk's.
whatever, but
Radio Row coverage is brought to you by Mitsubishi Electric.
that's pretty good.
I've never done Hunk before. Well,
Now your voice is gone for a week.
Yep.
that sounds bad, but I've never done Hunk's voice before, but that was the first time.
It wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. It's definitely in the top 3.
We will be in Phoenix for covering the Super Bowl, Radio Row. What are we there? Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
Yes.
Yes.
And the Waste Management Open is going on, and gosh, I want to go.
You want to go to that one hole?
Stadium hole. Stadium hole.
Let's go to the stadium hole.
We should be able to make it happen, right?
Hey, you know people.
Oh, I don't know people.
You know
people.
You know people, Babsy. We did go last time. But you know what's funny about that event? Number one, Tiger Woods was there, and he was already starting to limp, and I think he withdrew from that tournament.
He probably hated that tournament back in the day, right?
Yeah, I mean, there's a bunch of rocks and rattlesnakes and stuff.
Well, plus there's a bunch of drunk, obnoxious fans that are allowed to yell.
No, this is where we were when Sneds was on the practice range. Sneds was on the practice range. But so you had access to kind of watch the practice range, but you're on a golf course, right? Even though the stadium hole was like a college football game broke out, everywhere else on the course, you're quiet. Like, John Rahm is on the practice range.
It's still, yeah.
So we walk up. Me, Mickey, and Blaine. And so Sneds
Wait, what were you there for?
We just went because it was Super Bowl.
Oh, you were there for the Super Bowl.
Yeah, so
okay.
we were like, hey, let's go over to the Waste Management Open.
Okay.
Let's go check out the stadium hole. And so, we're standing there and we're watching. So the line of golfers on the range extends from like where we were standing farther out.
Okay.
In a line. And so Sneds was like, I don't know, 20 people deep. So there's like 19 golfers between us and Sneds. And Hitman goes, oh, look, there's Sneds. Sneds!
Like no awareness that was the quiet part of the course?
Didn't care. Snedeker, God love him. This has happened on multiple courses with me and him and other people.
What'd Sneds do?
I mean, he turned around, looked at us. He's like, what are you doing here, boys?
Why are you yelling in the middle of my practice round, boys?
Yeah, and so then he's thinking, oh, my gosh, they're going to follow me around the course. And like, Sneds is the best. So you'd see him on a hole, and he'd come over and like, walk to his next shot, like, with you. That guy. Like, we are blessed as a community here to have so many, like, really famous, like unbelievably famous people in this market that are like the nicest people ever. That just happen to be really good.
Bottom.
Yeah, that just happen to be really good at things that pay a lot of money.
Yeah.
And give you lots of exposure.
Sports, music.
Yeah.
Guitar playing.
Falls under music.
I saw Vince Gill the other day.
Yeah, but guitar playing is like, it falls under music, but it's a different level.
Yeah, it is true.
It's a different level when you're talking Keith and Vince.
Yeah. So while we're name dropping, might as well tell this whole story. So
Keith and Vince, do you like that?
Keith
like
and Vince.
we're I'm best buddies with them or something.
Well, so I didn't know, but like Vince has been on the show and he says
we've had him on a bunch.
Yeah, and so I saw him and he was having a meal, so I wasn't gonna bother him. And then like a song came on in the place we were at, and he happened to look at me while I looked at him. I'm like, who did this song? Well, it was Ambrosia, which was an 80s band.
I feel like we've had a conversation about Ambrosia before. Was it a Mickey conversation, I bet?
Probably.
Yeah.
Because it's one of those bands that you have no idea who they are, but when you play that song, like Hunk did it.
Yeah.
When you played that song, you're like, okay, I get it. I know this. But anyway, so we didn't talk. I didn't say anything to him because that's what we do in Nashville, you just let people be.
Mm-hmm.
But when he got up, he was like, see you, Brent. At least in my head, that's what he said. He could have been like, see you, dumbass. No, Vince would never say that. But I was like, later, Vince.
He's
But
the
that
best.
guy is the best, yeah.
Yeah.
But
Him, Sneds. There's a bunch.
watch the show live on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook Live, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Jeremy, dead on impression mayor. LMAO.
No, Jeremy. No.
That's bunk.
That's bunk, Jeremy.
That's bunk.
This is my golf voice. That's bunk. By the way,
See, now you're
do
trying not to
you
sound like you.
Do you see the drama going on with PGA and Liv? And I know it's been going on, but do you see the Patrick Reed and Rory drama? Because it is fabulous.
Yeah, Rory says he doesn't want to make up. Like, there's no reconciliation coming.
Well, yeah. So Reed apparently went and shook his caddy's hand and went to shake Rory's hand, and Rory ignored him and pretended he was just like digging in his bag. So then Reed chucked a tee at him. And I mean, the press conferences are phenomenal. And McElroy was like, somebody said, well, he said he's trying, he wants to make amends, and you guys used to have a good relationship and whatever else. Do you think in the future that maybe you could, like move on from this or whatever? Roy didn't say anything. He just sat there with this in the transcript of the press conference, in parentheses, says nothing except incredulous look on his face. That's what the transcript of the press conference said. And that's exactly what his face was. It was, can I say this? It was, are you beeping kidding me? Did you actually beeping just ask me that question? Beeping, no, I will never be okay with him. That's exactly what he wanted to say, but he just looked at the journalists like, you have got to be kidding me.
I wish Don Davenport would have a press conference. Maybe we should set that up this summer.
Oh, you're going to have to tell everybody what my new job's going to be in the mornings.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Oh, yes.
Oh, heavens.
Public servant.
Oh, yes.
I give it a week.
It involves,
Here I come,
listen,
baby.
it involves kids and traffic. Nothing could go wrong. By the way, Mel Kiper Jr., when we come back, has a new quarterback ranked ahead of the quarterback class. So we got that for you next. Also, if you want in, do y'all want Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, or Ryan Tannehill next year? 615-737-1045.
Well, if you've been looking for a simple hair loss solution that works, then listen up. Advanced Hair Restoration has officially opened one of their world-renowned state-of-the-art facilities near Nashville. That's right. No more traveling to the West Coast for the best in hair restoration. The team and technology behind the Advanced, Babsy, FUE, the groundbreaking hair loss solution that's changed tens of thousands of lives. Finally here. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins regrowing your own natural hair the very next day, and your new hair is even guaranteed to grow. It's literally guaranteed. Advanced Hair can address bald spots, receding, hairlines thinning, men, women, younger, and of course wiser. Celebrate Advanced Hair's local grand opening with $500. $500. Find out if you qualify with your free consultation. The number is 629-348-HAIR. One-day treatment, life-changing results. Make sure to ask about that industry-leading guarantee. That's 629-348-HAIR. See what they can do for you with the amazing before and afters at advancedhair.com.
Good afternoon from the Superbook.com sports desk. I am Joe Hunk. As the Vols are getting ready for Georgia tonight, you'll be able to hear that game right here on 104.5 The Zone. You can watch it on the SEC network, but while they're doing that, they're also just kind of throwing cash at some of their big names. Yesterday, Josh Heupel got himself a raise and a contract extension. Today, that'd be Athletic Director Danny White, his new extension, 6-year contract where he'll get paid $2.2 million every single season. Congratulations to Tennessee head coach Rick Barnes as well as Vanderbilt head coach Jerry Stackhouse. Both of them were elected to the North Carolina Sports Hall of Fame this afternoon. And just a little while ago, Andy Reid said this.
There are no injuries to talk about. Everybody's going to practice today, so.
Leveling Patrick practicing today, so you said.
He'll practice. He did the walkthrough this morning, and he'll practice this afternoon.
And just a few moments ago, the Chiefs let everybody know that Patrick Mahomes was not just at practice, he was a full participant in practice today. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
HL 104.5 The Zone. What up? Bray Doherty with you on a beautiful day in the Music City. It is Hump Day, right, Don Davenport?
It's not beautiful.
It is beautiful. Look,
No,
I
it's
see
not.
blue sky over there. It
I
looks like
don't.
a Simpsons episode or something.
That is not blue. It's gray.
It's even pastel
and rainy
blue.
and windy. You know, typical Nashville winter day.
I see Prince over there.
That's bunk. That's bunk.
Way to go,
Could you
Hunk.
please?
I love that I can look
Please.
outside. I just turn
Please.
my head to the right where the phone is,
That is bunk.
and I can see Prince, a big mural of him. Is that what you call that?
Yeah, but I don't even see that.
Why don't you open your window?
It is open,
This
but
one.
I can't see that one. Oh, I guess I could do that.
Yeah, but you'd have to climb onto the console to get
Well,
that done.
We'll just do that here at the end of this segment.
We can't hurt you for your new job, though. We
Yeah.
need to keep you healthy for the new job.
Oh,
and
that's right.
Oh, what's your new job? Let's go ahead and start with that, and then we'll get to Mel Kiper's new thing. Your
Well-
new job is what?
Well, on one of my Facebook chat pages, you know, like Moms in Williamson County or something like that.
Wait, you have lots of Facebook chat pages?
I do. I have lots of groups. Like,
You spend time
like
in
I'm
these
old
groups?
or something. Not really. No.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, so there was a post from the Williamson County Sheriff's Office.
Uh-oh.
They are looking for school crossing guards.
Oh,
And it pays $20 an hour.
wow. Okay.
Do you know what I made? I made $7 an hour in my first job out of college.
Yeah.
This pays $20 an hour.
Made 13 grand.
Yeah. I made more than you.
Ah. Yeah, but you had to carry equipment around. I didn't have to do any of that.
That is true.
If
And you
I
are
did
older than
full-time
me. Too.
parking.
Yeah.
What's it called? What is it called? The called that you're doing? Is it street? What's it called?
A crossing guard?
Yeah, crossing guard. I just did the math on that. Do you know what the salary for a full year is if you were a crossing guard full time?
Tell me.
$41,000 a year.
Look at that. Hey, man.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
Now,
Actually
it's a
not bad.
part-time job, though. They don't want to have to pay benefits and all that. It's a part-time job.
Well, you get benefits here.
Anyway, so I'm going to apply for it. Now, obviously, you have to have a background check. You have to. You're dealing with children. They have to make sure you're safe and everything's okay. Everything's buttoned up.
Wait,
and
so do you have to remain calm in a stressful situation? Like if somebody rolls through there at a higher rate of speed than 25 miles an hour, do you have the right to pull them over and chastise them?
oh, I'm chasing them down. If I have to jump on the trunk, knock on that window, and be like, "Do you realize there are little kids trying to cross here?" Oh.
So
This has me written all over
So does
it.
Williams County's listening, man. I don't know if they want that kind of confrontation.
Yes, they do. They want to keep those kids safe.
So you're going to be like the T-1000 in Terminator 2 where he just hops on the back and just climbs up. It's like, you're not,
Yes.
you're
And
stopping.
then drags the driver out of the driver window.
You
Yeah.
don't even open the door. Out of the driver window.
Like I
But
said,
seriously, so I can do this like early. I can just have my shift like maybe 3 days a week or something early in the morning. just do the morning heading to school shift.
When you're fully red.
Boom, part-time job. Can you hold coffee while you're like holding the stop crossing?
No, because you're supposed to have both hands gloved, being able to tell people to stop and go at the same time.
Oh, that's right. I could you
turn
see
into
those
like a
dancing crossing guards? Yes, that could be me.
What would your dance look like? I don't know what's
Would we
going
need
on.
to get a chair out there since you're a chair dancer?
That's true.
Yeah,
I
you
might
are a
have
chair
to.
dancer. You're a good chair dancer. And all that means is she can't move the top half with the bottom half in synchronicity.
Anyway.
There is a Franklin
So they're
police
hiring-
officer that directs traffic that does dance.
Really?
Mm-hmm. He's over there by the soccer fields.
Is it a he, she?
Downs Boulevard usually. He. Yep.
He?
Really
Has
tall,
he gone
skinny guy.
viral?
I don't know.
Do we need to have
Who
him,
are you? Call in.
Do we need to bring him in so that he can teach you live on air on Zone
Yeah.
TV?
Who are
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
Crossing guard. Okay, do y'all think this is a good idea? We're going to turn over our kids in traffic to Don Davenport.
I will say this. I screenshotted it and texted my husband, Mr. Babs, and I said, hey, I'm going to apply for this. What do you think? And his response was not, I can't use those words on the air, but I'm just going to go ahead and say that he does not think it's a good idea.
Huh.
So I think it'd be fun. I get to talk to kids all morning.
Hi, kids.
Hi, are you ready to go learn? Now listen, you got to work hard. You kidding me? I can influence children.
Yes, and then you could be like, you're not moving fast enough, you clown.
Well, that too. Or hey, don't be picking on so-and-so over there.
So what happens if
Take
you try
you
to say
out.
something nice to them and then they just look at you and roll their eyes?
Then I'll be like, you listen here.
You listen here, you little brat.
You listen here. You little.
I think we should do a
You
Twitter
little
poll. Is this a good
rat.
idea? Don Davenport, crossing guard. Yes, no. No, not even a maybe. I don't need a maybe.
I think it's a great idea.
615-737-1045.
Yes or no?
By the way, Ron Slay is in Auburn, Alabama, in advance of Texas A&M at Auburn.
I've got my orange on to support.
You do. You've got earrings. You got all kinds of things. Weird gold shoes. I don't know what else.
They're awesome.
Yeah, awesome gold shoes is what I meant.
Thank you.
I misread the script. Sorry. Slay is doing the Texas A&M Auburn game. 8 o'clock on ESPN2. Check it out. Auburn favored by 4.5. Two hot teams. Billy Kennedy. Why am I hitting the desk now?
I don't know.
Mel
Kiper.
Mel Kiper. Number 1 pick overall, Jalen Carter, defensive tackle, Georgia. I see that a lot. There are her shoes if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
Houston Texans, number 2. They need a quarterback. Everybody's got them taking Bryce Young. Not Mel Kiper right now. C.J. Stroud, quarterback, Ohio State. Arizona Cardinals. Does it really matter?
Does it really matter?
Yeah, I mean, Arizona's just one of those teams. Like, even when you think they should be good, they lose like the last 5 or something. They pull
But they have the second pick.
Third pick. Will Anderson,
third pick.
Alabama.
Okay.
We met him at
Wait,
FCC
hold on. I'm
Media
sorry.
Days.
I was distracted. Can you start over at the beginning? All right, Mel Kiper.
You're such a dude, man. Listen to me, Babs.
Sorry.
Chicago Bears, Jalen Carter, defensive tackle, Georgia. Number 2, Houston Texans. Is it Bryce Young? No, it is not Bryce Young. It is C.J. Stroud, quarterback, Ohio State.
Gotcha.
They went off script there. Arizona, Will Anderson at Alabama. We met him at SEC Media Days. I walked over to Slay. He was listening to his press availability. I said, what do you think? He goes, this dude different right here.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, smart, competitive, matter of fact. Going to be a great pro. Indianapolis at pick 4, Bryce Young, Alabama.
Ugh. That should not make Titans fans happy.
Seattle via Denver, Will Levis, quarterback, Kentucky.
Oof. Okay.
I'm going to stop at 10 because the people want to talk about you and the crossing guard thing. Detroit Lions, Tyree Wilson, defensive end, Texas Tech. I'm going to stop at 11, actually, for obvious reasons.
Yes.
Number 7, Las Vegas. What if I did? Just
say,
stop at 10.
what are you doing?
We'll talk about 11 at 5:45.
Tyree Wilson he's interesting. He is, man, he's massive. Go ahead.
Defensive end, Texas Tech.
Yep.
Number 7, Raiders, Peter Skoronski, offensive tackle, Northwestern. So there's some debate on which guy goes first, him or the guy at Ohio State, which is Paris Johnson, offensive tackle as well. Number 8, Miles Murphy, defensive end, Clemson. He did not play in the bowl game. Led Clemson in sacks. Carolina Panthers, Anthony Richardson, Florida. Dude,
Really?
That is a jump, man. And
Oof.
maybe he's, I don't know.
And it's funny
year
too
starting.
because there was like talk of Matt Corral being really loved there before he got injured.
This is true. Philadelphia Eagles at 10. Kalijah Cansey, defensive tackle, Pittsburgh. And at number 11, Tennessee Titans, Paris Johnson Jr., offensive tackle, Ohio State.
So to hit on Mel Kiper here, he also said, so he released his first mock draft, right?
Yes.
He also said, though, that he was asked, who do you think will be the most successful quarterback out of this class? And he went Will Levis. Crazy to me, but
A lot of those guys think that, man.
a lot of those guys think that. And
Greg
there's
Cosell thinks the same thing.
there's numerous mock drafts that have Will Levis the first, and these are like NFL people who are picking Will Levis to be the first quarterback off the board. But yeah, Mel Kiper said Levis is going to be the best pro. He talked because, somebody said, really? Because he had a rough year. And he said, yeah, but he was injured all year. He gutted it out. He
Their offensive line
continued to
wasn't very
play.
good.
Their offensive line was terrible. You want to talk about the turnovers and the picks and whatever else. He's like, yeah, well, that happens when you have to force the ball and you have to force plays. Whatever. He said he might not be the first quarterback taken off the board, but he is going to be the best quarterback in this draft.
That's really
And this has
interesting.
been a 2-year topic of conversation on Will Levis
Yeah,
being the best quarterback.
I think the quarterback conversation is going to be interesting. So we're doing impressions on this show. That was Don Davenport's impression of Mel Kiper saying this.
The one thing that bothers me, and it bothers everybody I talk to, is you don't know. There's always outliers, but there's never been in the history of the draft, and I'm going back 45 years for me.
45 years.
A quarterback 5'10 to 5'11, about 185 to 190, going this high in the draft and expected him to be a franchise quarterback. I hope Bryce Young will be, but he doesn't have the howitzer for an arm. He doesn't have the 4.5 speed, and he's undersized, okay? I don't care about the height. I care about the weight. Holding up and withstanding punishment and staying healthy and durable and being able to finish seasons for Bryce Young will be the issue. I have him still going to the Colts at 4. It's not like I've been in the 4th round, but in terms of the number one quarterback for me, the guy that looks the part and played like a big-timer when he got some help was Will Levis from Kentucky.
There he is. He's Mel Kiper.
He loves him. Loves Levis.
Oh, I thought you meant he loved himself.
Oh, no. I'm not sold on him.
Yeah, me neither.
I told you that last year when I saw him.
Yep, lines are loaded with people that want to talk about Dawn and her opportunity to become a crossing guard.
And the
Middle
NFL
Tennessee.
draft. And Ryan Tannehill.
Yeah, Todd Fuhrman
We'll
at
hit 'em all.
4:30 as well to break down these championship games coming up this weekend. We got a lot to do. Stay tuned. 3HL back at it in just a second on 104.5 The Zone. Oh, man. Look forward to Rand Carthon and his time at with the Titans. Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits. You need to stock up with the weekend approaching. MarylandFarmsWS.com is the website. They are located over there in Brentwood by the Publix, in that Publix shopping center, 101 Creekside Crossing. Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. until 9 p.m. Closed on Sundays. Delivery through the Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits app, which is helpful. They do have curbside pickup. So if you know what you want to get, familiarize yourself with the store. You can get in, you can get out real quick. They'll allow you that opportunity, obviously. Now, if you want to branch out, they do have the expertise to be able to help you out with your bourbon selection, maybe your craft beer selection, certainly with your wine selection, your cigar selection. They've got you covered, and they are willing and able to help you. Go see my friends at Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits and get stocked up for the weekend. If you're looking for the perfect gift for a housewarming, maybe a birthday or just a thank you gift, Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits has customized baskets for you to grab and go with wines, spirits, local olives, chocolates. It's a perfect gift for the cocktail lover. Every Wednesday, Senior Day. So come in. That's today. Come in for special discounts. You hear that, seniors? Special discounts today. Every day they honor the military discount. Case discounts every day, too. 101 Creekside Crossing in Brentwood by the Publix. Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. MarylandFarmsWS.com. That's Maryland Farms Wine and Spirits.
Well, Babsy, you look outside and you wonder, is it gray? You're not really sure, so your climate control may be a little bit off. But you step outside, it's cold, hot, whatever it is, you need to be able to control that climate inside.
Yeah, and you need to do it and fix any issues you have with Spring Hill Heating and Cooling because they know how to do it right.
Yes, they do. They never
They'll
slip
take care
up.
of you.
That's right. And you got to understand this, man. There's so many things that you got to take into account when you're trying to go get someone to take care of your heating and cooling. Like, they offer 18 months with no payments. I think that's key. You can lock in today's price and not have to pay until spring of 2024. Anytime you get service done and work done and they ain't got to pay right up front, that's family loving.
Yes, and you know that they're here to stay. They've been here over a decade. Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, always backed by a 10-year parts and labor warranty, too, on York products. Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, also a York-certified comfort expert company. So if you are in need of repair work, they offer free service calls with the repairs, plus low monthly payments on those repairs. Where to go, Slay?
Hey, available anytime at springhillac.com. What you got to do, Babsy?
Call them.
Todd Fuhrman coming up at 4:30. Break down these games and point spreads. Bengals favored on the road against the Chiefs. Guess who's coming up at 4:45? I just talked to him.
Guess where he just pulled into?
Your old sorority house?
Mama G's.
Mama G's.
Mama Goldberg's Deli in Auburn, Alabama. Our guy Sleigh Ride. He's about to get him a Mama G's sandwich.
He can't eat a sandwich, can he?
Well, you can take the wrapping off, and you can still have the meat.
Well, then it's not
No,
good.
it's definitely
Just
not.
a meat sandwich.
Yeah, it's definitely not. They have healthy options there, too.
Ugh, yeah, but they're not good.
Again, it's still not worth it, but yeah.
When Slay's away, Don can play in the lunchbox. All right, a lot of people want to talk about your opportunity to be a crossing guard in Williamson County for $20 an hour, where you can help the kiddos across the street.
Mm-hmm.
And you will not get irate at people who might not be going the proper speed limit or kids that roll their eyes at you when you talk with them.
Those kids wouldn't do that. They would love me.
Oh, my God, this old lady's trying to talk to us.
See? Do you want to die?
That's exactly what she would say.
See? You flipped just like that. Just like that. That's all it took right there.
And that was me saying it. Think about if a real 13-year-old said that.
Do you want to die? Mommy, the old crossing guard lady said it. Do you want to die?
Old lady. Jeez.
You're 13,
I don't want this
you think
crossing
that's
guard
old?
thing to happen. I want who's the production company that we did the reality show with way back in the day with Colt Ford, where he came in and did all the jobs in the radio station.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Tail Light Productions. Tail Light needs to do a reality show with Don Davenport as a crossing guard. I mean, pure comedy. Kids, you're not moving fast enough across the street, clowns.
Let's go. Pick up the pace. Move it. Move it. I need a little hustle here. Come on, kids.
Jason, next up on 3HL. Jason, what do you think about this idea?
Hey, I'm just going to say, well, two things, because while I was on hold, I heard y'all talk about Babsy impersonating Mel Kiper, and that's impossible. She don't have the ears for it. You know what I mean? The greatest mystery in the NFL is just how big is Mel Kiper's ears.
Oh.
But now, for as Babsy, you don't need to do that, hon. And I want you on the show. And we got all these police videos going viral about beating up people all the time. And you'll be the first crossing guard in history to go viral of snatching somebody out of the car and beating the piss out of them. We don't need that. So stay where you are.
They need
stay in
it.
your lane. Well, hey, yes, they absolutely do need it. I travel these interstates every day. Yes, there's a bunch of people that need that, but we
I'm
need
probably
to
one
keep
of them
you where
sometimes.
you are. So, hey, y'all be careful. I enjoy the show.
Hey, thank you, Jason.
Thanks,
Appreciate it, man.
Jason.
I don't
Jason's not a fan of that. Not a fan of my
Look, I'm a
second
risk
job.
reward guy. There's a whole lot of risk involved in this.
Hey, listen.
What's the reward? I don't even know what the reward is. Like, is there one
Keeping the
reward?
kids safe.
My goodness.
That
All the
is
crossing
the
guards out there can
reward.
do that. They don't need you for that.
No, but they don't have enough crossing guards. That's why they put out the bolo.
What's a bolo?
It really actually doesn't work in this situation, but be on the lookout. We need crossing guards. Please apply here.
Bolo. All right, Bubba and Dixon. Bubba, what do you think, man?
First and foremost, I hope my brother Ron Slay can hear me. Please come back with a good stomach and not upset from all the bad food down in Auburn, Alabama.
You, man.
He's good.
Yeah.
The food is good there. You stop that.
Okay, fine. It's water, right? It's like Mexico. If it's brown, drink it down. All right, we're good. Dawn, I want to preface it. I love you. My daughters love you. My wife loves you. Everybody loves you, okay?
But here it comes.
Oh, yeah. No, it's coming. This is the worst idea you've ever had. You should have let it
I
go.
don't know, man. She's had some bad ideas.
Well, she's got a lot. All right. I got a question for you. Did you ever, did you reorganize Mr. Babs' little junk drawer?
His desk.
It was
Remember?
his desk upstairs. No, I haven't touched it.
Okay. because I told you not to.
I know.
That's a great idea, right?
Yeah,
That is a good idea.
there was
Do
like a
not-
week where I don't think he liked me, so I needed to stay away from that.
Exactly. So next thing for you to listen to me is do not be a crossing guard.
You
Don't-
can't tell me your girls wouldn't love for me to help them get across the street to
Get
school
that,
safely.
but I'm kind of all right. So it's like, all right, sending Tua back out there after a second concussion. I'm protecting you from yourself. Okay. You don't need to go back out there. Chill. Just sit on the sidelines because I got a feeling. I mean, there's 4. All right. When you had a couple instances, but there's 2. So I'm gonna give you 4 words. Don't tap the horn. All right, there's 1, right? So you can't even obey those traffic laws. And then there was a thing in a drive-through.
Oh,
So
yeah. But
I'm
see,
just-
that was a while ago.
What had happened was it's inside of you. I'm trying to keep you from yourself. I think you'd be amazing. The girl, the kids, everybody would love you. It's just a bad idea for the outcome of everybody else that has to go through the laws and stuff. Just saying. Just
Yeah.
toss that out there.
See, the reward is kid gets across the street safe. The risk is kid gets hit by a car.
What? No, that's not a risk.
or Dawn takes out driver. You already said you'd pull somebody through the driver's side window if they acted up.
If they're speeding through a school zone or if they're on their phone through a school zone. Like, listen, Bubba, I understand your don't touch your husband's work desk. Don't go and organize it behind his back. But that was probably a bad idea. This is not a bad idea. This is great. This is a good idea. There is a need
Hoop Johnson
in our county.
Man, myth, or legend on YouTube. We would have to start a GoFundMe to get Dawn out of jail.
Oh.
Seth, you guys are hilarious. Love your show. Been listening since the start of 3HL. Go for it, Dawn.
Thank you, Seth.
Dawn, what would you do if someone blew right through a stop sign?
Oh, I'd be running them down.
Ramon Foster, y'all hit the like button on YouTube. Watch the show, YouTube, Facebook Live, Twitter, and Twitch. Twitch. Yes.
Twitch, please.
Todd Fuhrman.
Let's talk some numbers.
We will, but Todd, so Dawn has a job opportunity, a part-time job opportunity to work in the mornings, make a little extra cash, crossing guard.
Yeah, I mean, I figured if Dawn was looking for part-time work, she was going to take it right in the midst of this radio show to do the afternoons. Anything to get her out of the office and away from talking games from time to time. But, you know, the one thing I worry about for the safety of those kids is Dawn's level of patience. I mean, I've heard her explode in limited capacities, dealing with Slay, dealing with you, Brent, over the years. She can't necessarily talk logic to kids of that age any more than she could talk logic into the two of you guys. So maybe it's a character-building exercise as much as anything else.
Oh, wow. Okay.
There you go. I like that perspective.
You think Davenport would develop better patience?
Yeah.
Well, no, I said it would test her patience. I'm not sure she would necessarily develop that. It would be a sight for sore eyes, and I think there might be some parents filing formal complaints. I just hope it wouldn't jeopardize her ability to cover third-tier college football on Saturday mornings in the fall.
Over under number of drivers during a school year that Dawn Davenport would scream curse words at.
Oh, that's a tough question. So are we talking she's going to do this for the full academic year?
Yeah.
So we're roughly about 180 days thereabouts.
Somewhere in there, yeah, I guess.
So I'll set the over-under at 0.5, and I'll shade the number a little bit over the total. So I'll make it 92.5 because I feel like Dawn could go 3 or 4 days and get away with not saying it. But she's going to have one really bad day when Auburn football does something stupid, and she's going to yell obscenities at 6 different cars, whether they were deserving or not.
Oh, my gosh. This is why you're so good at your damn job, Fuhrman. Look at that.
Her husband just texted me, Dawn working as a crossing guard is a recipe for me being a single dad with her in prison serving 8 to 10 years for assault and battery.
I can definitely see that as a distinct possibility. But you know what, Dawn? I give you credit. We all have to come out of our comfort zone like I do every Wednesday at about this time to try and make sure that I can talk to all of you guys. So it goes both ways.
Todd Fuhrman, catch the Bet the Board podcast. You guys dropping that tomorrow?
Yep, we'll record tomorrow. In-depth breakdown, obviously, of the 2 championship games. Looking forward to both with arguably 4 of the 5 best teams, at least is currently constructed. So it should be pretty exciting. And if you're looking for a little bit of history on these games, just how unusual the circumstances are. Both conference championships have spreads under, or at least 2.5 or shorter as it stands right now. It'd be the third time ever that both conference title games have a spread this short. You have to go back to 1997 to find the last time it's occurred. So it explains why when you're looking at the odds to win the Lombardi Trophy, at most books, no team is priced less than 2-1 and no team is priced greater than 3.5-1.
That's kind of fun, actually.
Which, John, probably means both these games will be tremendous blowouts, and everything on paper we can throw right out the window.
Well, it's funny because last week you came on and you said, really don't like anything. Like, I don't have a strong opinion about throwing a bunch of money on anything this weekend. I don't know if that actually ended up being the case. But for me, I told you we're coming up against the end of the season, so I feel like I have to throw stuff out there. And, boy, that did not work well, Todd.
I do have a little bit of better's remorse because I abandoned one of my key principles in terms of not overreacting to one additional data point. And that was on full display Saturday night when we saw the New York Giants just get completely overwhelmed by a more talented football team. I think a lot of us forgot how good Philadelphia was with a healthy Jalen Hurts and when properly constructed, matched up against the Giants team that wasn't going to find as little resistance moving the football offensively. And unfortunately for the casual fan that tuned in, that game was over before the end of the first quarter. So that's probably the biggest regret there. I'm not sure I'm kicking myself for missing the under in Kansas City, Jacksonville, because who knows how differently that game goes if Patrick Mahomes isn't limited.
Yeah.
And when you look at the game on Sunday between the 49ers and Cowboys, truly a coin flip in terms of the side there. And I actually lean towards the Bills. I did dabble a little bit with the Bills live when they got themselves down 14-0 early. When they started to battle back, I thought I had a real runner. Obviously, that was not the case because credit to the Bengals. They completely clamped down on everything Buffalo wanted to do on the offensive side.
How do you handle the Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes practiced all day? We have zero injuries to talk about. How do you handle the Mahomes high ankle sprain as a bettor?
It's all about market entry, and I think this game illustrates it because we know it's going to be under the microscope. We talk about it typically throughout the course of the season, whether it's a Kentucky-South Carolina game where we're doing everything we can to figure out the status around Will Levis. This obviously done all in the public eye, and Kansas City benefits immensely from forcing Cincinnati to prepare for Patrick Mahomes, thinking that he's going to be 100%, and the betting market reflects some of that. You saw the Chiefs open as much as a field goal favorite at some shops. Then the report drops that the MRI reveals it's a high ankle sprain. Suddenly the number starts to shift. You get as far as Cincinnati, a 2.5-point favorite, and then the reports and the comments from Andy Reid, along with him being listed as a participant today in practice, have shifted that number back. So we're looking at some books as much as Kansas City -1. There's some Bengals -1. The total's moving all over the place. And this is where it's just about getting the best of the number, figuring out what you're going to do with it later. And for me, grabbed a small piece of the Bengals +3. Don't think I necessarily want to keep that. Went under 49.5, and I'll figure out what to do with that as the injury information starts to become a little bit more transparent before Sunday's kickoff.
Interesting. What about the other game, San Francisco and Philadelphia? Philadelphia, I guess, is that good. We keep wanting the shoe to fall, or drop, or whatever the shoe does.
Yeah, I mean, the Eagles went out there and answered the bell. I mean, they dominated the New York Giants, but again, it raises the question, was that more of the Eagles being brilliant on the offensive and defensive side, or were the Giants reminding us that they are the same football team that lost 48-22 against Philadelphia earlier this season in their own building? In comes a 49ers team looking to try and buck a little bit of history in terms of a rookie quarterback getting his team into the Super Bowl for the first time. Brock Purdy has danced between the raindrops, has had some turnover-worthy throws, but hasn't had to pay for it. You look at how long he's held onto the football for a shade less than 2.8 seconds. That's actually 25th out of 34 qualifying quarterbacks in that particular regard, which is extremely important against the Philadelphia team that leads the league in sacks with 70 of them this year. But I think what gets lost, because everyone wants to talk about sacks, the Eagles actually generate pressure less frequently than the Dallas Cowboys. So there's one thing about getting a quarterback to the ground. There's another thing about creating a little bit of havoc in the pocket and forcing him to throw the ball earlier than he'd like. The 49ers will need to be more aggressive, though, than what we've seen each of the first two playoff games. And I think Kyle Shanahan realizes that. For me, when I look at this game, I'm going to wait it out as long as possible. I lean towards the 49ers, but there's no reason to rush and bet it +2.5. Maybe I'll get an opportunity to grab a full field goal with San Francisco and hope Kyle Shanahan can pull off the outright upset on the road, something that they weren't able to do last year against the Rams.
Look at you, hating on the Eagles again.
No, it's not necessarily hate. Hey, look, I mean, one of my biggest preseason positions was betting this team to make the playoffs. and was able to cash that ticket after about 10 games. So I respect Nick Sirianni and what he's done immensely. But I think when you look at Philadelphia, they may struggle to run the football against this 49ers defensive front. Dallas Goedert's going to find the matchup much more difficult in the middle of the field against Dre Greenlaw and Fred Warner. So it puts a lot more burden of proof on Jalen Hurts being able to connect on some of those deep balls to the likes of a Quez Watkins, getting A.J. Brown involved in Devontae Smith. And we'll see exactly how that comes to fruition. But there's no doubt the 49ers have to run the ball, shorten the game a little bit. And this one is going to be higher scoring than what we saw last week, as indicated by the pretty strong total move we saw initially from 45.5 out to 46.5.
All right, Fuhrman, on the way out, who you got, McElroy or Reed?
I mean, in a fist fight, I'm going to take Patrick Reed because he is the ultimate heel, and there is no doubt if you were getting into a WWE-style ring, he'd be the one bringing a table or a folding chair, looking to do something to try and cheat. But I think when you're talking about full scope of resources and getting the golf community behind you, I mean, I'm all about Rory McIlroy. Anybody who wants to subpoena somebody on Christmas Eve, I mean, that's probably crossing a boundary. I mean, growing up in a Jewish household, if someone interrupted my Chinese dinner on Christmas Eve, I'd be pretty pissed off too. So I can understand exactly, some of the animosity and feud that's going on here between the two of them.
Hey, do you like a random NHL game tonight that we need to know about?
You know what? There's a total that's been on the move a little bit, but if you have access to 6, I would kind of cap it at minus $1.20 on the Rangers and Maple Leafs. Ilya Samsonov has been a lot sharper, and that was the goalie assignment that I was looking for to try and make a move there. When you look at these teams, they've typically trended towards playing under. We know the Rangers can't get into a true firefight with the Leafs. And if you want to dabble, live a little bit dangerously, I think Vancouver could be a live underdog. I haven't bet that game myself yet, waiting on some injury updates. Some of the Kraken depth players are a little bit banged up. And when you look at Vancouver, I think the change behind the bench to Rick Tocchet gives them a short-term bump, and Seattle limping towards that all-star break to try and get a little bit of rest and recuperation.
So Rangers, Maple Leafs under 6?
Yep, under 6, and if that happens to go well, maybe take a small portion of your winnings there and take a flyer on the Canucks as a live underdog in that plus 150, plus 155 range tonight.
There he is. He's Todd Fuhrman. Bet the Board podcast drops tomorrow with the championship game breakdowns with Fuhrman and Payne Insider. Thank you, Todd. Appreciate it.
Thanks, Fuhrman.
Always a pleasure. And by the way, hey, Dawn, just for the record now, I can't necessarily pick on you every Wednesday because if Slade's going to take days off because he thinks he's a big TV personality, you're not going to draw all my ire. I'm going to shift it over towards the big fella, and he's going to have to defend himself in front of the firing squad.
There you go. Thank you. You shift that. I like it.
That's what I do here. Football season, you draw it. Basketball season, it's all on Slay, and I'll find my time to pick apart Brent's resume as well.
There you go, Todd. It's always a pleasure.
See you good, guys.
See ya.
Try to hit him with his line and confuse him, but he keeps rolling. Quickest thinker out there.
Yeah, I know.
Chris, Dawn, take the job as a crossing guard only if you promise to wear a GoPro helmet cam. MK Pops, day one, Babs smacks a windshield with the crossing guard sign. My money is she flips off a driver day one. My sister-in-law was a crossing guard, now third in charge of Williamson County Jail. She wrote license plate numbers down, gave it to the police. They went and handled the issue. Don't be a hero.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Babs, just don't.
Huh.
All kinds.
Can she put in a good word for me on getting this job?
Not if she listens to the show. We'll be right back. Slay checks in from Auburn next.
All right, mortgage rates. You think they're still high. They are not. Rates have plummeted, and Loan Pronto is who you need to call to take advantage. We're talking 5-month lows right now. See how low they are. Maybe it's time to refinance. It's time to get back to house hunting. Maybe it's time to refinance to get money out. Use the equity in your home so that you can do a home project. Maybe a nice master beautiful closet or, a new kitchen or a pool in the backyard before spring and summer. Loan Pronto can help you do all of it. You can get a quick, easy refi at Loan Pronto. You can wipe out credit card debt if you need to do that. You close in about 14 days, cut your overall expenses by $500 a month or more. Or maybe your current home rate is over 6%. Loan Pronto doing refis for you right now with APRs in the fours. Do it. LoanPronto.com, 615-499-5780. Again, LoanPronto.com, 615-499-5780. Equal Housing Lender, NMLS 1661781. Subject to lender approval, NMLSConsumerAccess.org.
Hey, man, listen, you want to earn a buck. How about that? Superbook Sports, that's what you need to dial into, man. It's real simple to do. Put Vegas right there in the palm of your hand. You got games going on tonight. First and foremost, though, go download the Superbook Sports app. Visit superbook.com. Start placing your bets right then and there. Wager on a little bit of everything and more. And they're offering up to $1,000 bonus when you sign up, deposit, and wager in the same day. That's right. Do all three. You can get you some more money. Now, here's the magic trick. Once you do all that, you can put Vegas right there in the palm of your hand. You ain't got to go to Vegas to bet. You can do it right there on your phone, your mobile device, whatever it is. And, yeah, listen to it. Get in action right now with Superbook Sports. Visit superbook.com. For terms and conditions, gambling problem, call 1-800-889-9789.
It's part of me.
This is Ambrosia,
Ambrosia,
that you were talking about earlier. There you go.
Pointed that out to us.
Oh.
I mean, how cool is that little groove right there? I know it's an old song, but like old things can be cool too. Right?
You think our guy Slay likes this jam?
I think you could dance with Harder to this at 3 a.m. with a glass of wine in your hand in the kitchen.
No, it's no Old Dominion or Ryan Hurd.
Ryan Hurd too, huh?
Yeah, those were our two favorite dancing in the kitchen.
By the way,
artists.
Ryan Hurd writing credit on the newest #1 song out there. So talked to him the other day. He's doing well.
That's fun.
Back in the Music City. Slay is down at Auburn. Slay, what have you found down there, man?
Man, I found a couple headbands. I found
nice.
I didn't find the Eagle, but I did find. I found the gym.
Oh, that's
I went in the gym.
Yeah.
Found shoot around.
Oh, cool.
But I will say this: I walked around in the gym on the outside of it for about 2-3 minutes. Then got inside and walked around for about 10 minutes. Hey man, first of all, it's a beautiful facility.
It is.
But
isn't
then
it?
Tommy finally called me. Tommy Hart called me and said he's on the floor. So I found that, and then I continued to do work and do shoot around, which was fun.
Well, how'd the teams look?
Man, Bowsy, A&M look good. Their energy is high. I just don't know how deep their bench is.
Yeah.
You know, the depth of their team, that I think that could give them trouble if they would ever get in foul trouble. But the good thing for them is they don't play at a fast pace. So, I mean, it works in their hand. As far as Auburn goes, the War Damn Eagles, they look so comfortable. They look so relaxed. I wonder, were they too relaxed? You know, and then, you know, midway through the shoot around, Wendell Green was on the sideline. He had been subbed out, and he was watching the other guys go over plays, and he said, hey, man, we need some energy in here, man. Come on, y'all, we need some energy. And I tapped Tom, I said, dude, that's exactly what I was just saying. Like, where is the energy? So it's good to know, man, they got a leader stepping up, and they know they got to bring energy, and they're expecting the jungle to be rocking.
It should be fun. You gotta have some fun with this fan base tonight. My people. My people.
Guess what, though, Babsy?
What?
Guess what, Babsy? Y'all got to stay tuned, because if you miss an inkling of it, you might miss your boy doing something special. So you got to tune in. You got to tune in, listeners. It's going down. Ain't no telling where the slate. I might come from the rafters. I might be up there on Charles Barkley where his retired jersey is. You never know, man.
Okay.
You just gotta pay attention, Babsy.
Yeah, you gotta get that approved by the big bosses, by the way.
No, I'm bucking the big bosses.
Already.
Listen.
Starting early.
Approved by the big boss. The big boss. I'm talking to the big bosses right now. If y'all approve it, I'm going.
We approve.
By the way, are you for this idea, Don Davenport, getting a part-time job as a crossing guard in Williamson County with all the kids running around for school?
I kind of think so, man. I think Badger would be great at it. I remember all of my crossing guards. All of them were super cool. All of them were phenomenal, fantastic. And you looked at them like another mother figure, you know what I mean, just for those couple of seconds that we had to cross going to school and cross coming back home. So, yeah, man, that's an important role, and we need more great leaders out there being a crossing guard mom.
Listen to that.
I'm with Babsy.
What the hell?
I'm with it,
I'm a
Babsy.
crossing guard mom.
That's right, Babsy.
You make it sound so, like, clean and perfect. I like it. I'm not doing it.
But everyone, guess what? Everyone I've known has a temper.
Yeah, oh, yeah. That's what I'm saying. Like, somebody rolls through there more than 25 miles per hour, Babs is going to yank him out of the damn seat.
Mm-hmm.
Guess what, though? That's part of it. Rest in peace to Miss Joyce. Lil Damien that coaches at Pearl Cone that I introduced you to, Babs, about the game.
Wide receivers
His mom did the same thing. Yep. West Nashville legend, Miss Joyce. Miss Joyce Harris. And guess what? Nobody rode through their plan. I don't care. The baddest of the bad. Nobody played around with Miss Joyce because they all knew you better turn that block and get out of Miss Joyce's sight, because if she see you, you in trouble.
See?
You know what I'm saying? So that's Babsy.
That's right. Miss Joyce held it down. I could just step in and hold it down. Hey, Mama Goldberg's.
Man, so I just snaked down. What did I have? The spinach Caesar with a spinach chicken wrap.
Sounds terrible.
You know
That sounds terrible.
You can't judge Mama G's on
You
the
can't judge Mama G's
wrap.
on crap like that.
That crap wrap.
Your boy
Well.
Swain, your boy Jason Swain said, get the nachos. And that's the thing. You're supposed to get the nachos, but you can't have the nachos because you have this whole lifestyle crap going on right now. And so that's a problem. So listen, don't be on here. He said the nachos, the Doritos with the pepper jack. If you know, you know.
Guess what, Babsy? The next time I venture down here, I'll be down in the weight that I need to be, and I'll be able to go on out there and do that. But I did test it. I still got a chicken salad in the fridge for later after the game.
Oh, that's really good.
We'll see how good that is.
Yeah, you can try that one.
Hey,
but yeah, it's Mama's Nachos, by the way.
Slay Dog, I missed you last night. CPA with a big win in overtime at Lipscomb. Great environment at Lipscomb Academy, and that is a huge rivalry for those that don't know. Josh Heupel in the house, though. Looking at Caleb Beasley, among others. And, man, you can see the explosiveness on Caleb Beasley, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, he downhill. All right hand, but, boy, he is downhill.
Right,
he's fun to watch play, man. You love to see guys. I bet that was a great environment, dog. I know it was.
It was fun, and both teams were struggling from three, so it turned into this all-out, hustle fest with dudes just diving on the floor. And I mean, it was great. It was great. Great high school basketball environment.
No doubt, man.
Right.
Y'all made a hell of an impression on BP, man. He told me to tell y'all what's up. Gave me a huge hug. Told me to tell Don he's taking care of me down here on the plane. So
thanks,
nobody
Bruce.
be worried.
War Eagle, baby. War Eagle.
All right,
I can't
Slay,
wait to watch Slay kill
Have
it.
a great game. Auburn hosting Texas A&M. Slay on the call, 8 o'clock, ESPN2. Thanks, buddy.
All right, y'all. See ya.
Love you, bro. All right.
Love you.
Let's get Mary in here real quick. Mary in Nashville has some thoughts on this crossing guard situation.
Hi. Hello.
Hi, Mary.
Hi, Mary.
Okay, well, first of all, I'm not in Nashville. I told him that I'm from Nashville, but I'm down here or out here or up here, wherever Colorado is from Nashville.
Oh, yeah. Where in Colorado are you?
Well, it's a little hick of a town called Kersey. The nearest major town would be Greeley.
Okay.
And of course, I come in, I flew in from Denver, which basically maybe isn't even quite an hour drive, even on the back road.
Okay, my aunt lives in Highlands Ranch, just outside Denver. What took you to Kersey?
Well, unfortunately, my brother died last week.
Oh,
okay,
no.
I'm sorry.
And sorry. Well, thank you so very much. And so my nephew and I are the only ones left. So he's working. He lives in Firestone, and so I'm going through the clothes and all of that. Yeah. And I picked you guys up on the iHeart app. You know.
Okay, good.
Awesome.
And I've been cracking up because Dawn, I had kind of a encounter with a crossing guard. At one time, two of my grandchildren were going to middle school. One was in the 8th, one was in the 9th. And I had stopped, and they jumped out of the car, which I didn't know at the time. They weren't supposed to jump out of the car at that particular spot. Here comes the crossing guard, and she's got her finger pointing at me, and she says, no, and she's motioning for me to put the window down. Well, honestly, my window wouldn't go down because I had an older car. It was electric, and I just sat there and went, I thought to myself, now, if I had my window down and she would have stuck her finger into my car, it might have been on. Yeah.
See, look, me and Mary would have been brawling at the crosswalk.
And see, it wasn't my fault. Because the grandkids are going like, oh, we can get out of here, Grandma. Okay, cool. I can straight instead of turning right. You know, so really
they
it was
set
their
you
fault.
up.
It was their fault. But would you have believed that, Dawn?
No, I wouldn't have probably. See, this is probably an example, Mary, of why I shouldn't be a cross guard.
Right. So like I said, otherwise, that's might have been on my only encounter. But the main thing is you guys have had me cracking up, and it just feels like I'm at home. So anyway, thank you so very much. I do appreciate it.
Thank you,
Thank you, Mary.
Okay, you guys take care.
All
Bye
right.
bye.
I know that's tough to do out there.
Okay. Mary's my people. Did you hear her?
Oh, yeah.
Because if my window was down and you put your finger in my window, it might have been on. Mary is my person.
I love it.
She's my spirit animal.
She is. We get out of here early, so we've got to move quickly in the 5 o'clock hour, and we'll be right back. More 3HL, hijinks, frivolity, all of that. Next, 3HL 104.5 This Home. Go up to Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. That's where you need to go to get that next new vehicle. Maybe they have a window that'll work, and you can get into it with crossing guard Babs. I don't know. Ken Gupton, Daniel Gupton, the guys are ready to help you out. Ken Gupton's been up there running that thing forever. Daniel Gupton now integral portion of what's going on. And these are great, great people, man. You are going to make fast friends when you go see my friends at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Was up there for a service call a couple weeks ago. Really enjoyed seeing Daniel and all the crew at Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. 3450 Tom Austin Highway in beautiful Springfield, Tennessee. If you're looking for that next new vehicle and you're going dealership to dealership, certainly include them in your process. If you've just been thinking about heading down that process, just call them. Call them first. It's all you're going to need to do. It won't need to be a process. You just call my guys at Gupton. Check them out online. All the dealership information is there, address, phone number, all those things that you won't remember when I tell you here in a second. GuptonMotors.com. That's GuptonMotors.com. Inventory is there. All the dealership information, as I said. 3450 Tom Austin Highway. Do you remember that? In Springfield, Tennessee. 30 minutes from downtown Nashville. That's Gupton Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram.
Hey, who out there has recently switched to 5G home internet and you're suffering from those 5G internet issues? Have you had mobile phone users take priority over your signal? It happens. That's why you need to switch to Xfinity Internet today. 3 times more bandwidth, supersonic speeds, reliable connections. Xfinity gives you internet that works the way it's supposed to. Woke up this morning, let the dogs out, look down the street, Xfinity van. Getting one of my neighbors set up with their Xfinity Internet. All you have to do, take the first step like they did. Learn more at Xfinity.com/TMO facts. Now through February 21st, so you have a little while here. New customers, you can get 75 megabits per second Connect Internet. It's all $20 a month for 12 months with a 1-year rate guarantee, plus no annual contract, so you know it's risk-free. Go to Xfinity.com/TMO facts. Call 1-800-XFINITY or just pop in and visit a store today. Requires paperless billing and auto pay with stored bank account. Restrictions apply. Equipment taxes and fees are extra after promo. Regular internet rates apply. Actual speeds do vary.
Good evening from the Superbook.com sports desk. I'm Joe Hunk. Georgia and Tennessee going to get going here in about 53 minutes from right now. In fact, you'll be able to hear that right here on 104.5 The Zone. You can watch on the SEC Network, but pregame begins right here in about 23 minutes. After that game is over with, throw it on over to ESPN because Memphis and Golden State are going to be going at it there. Tip-off is scheduled for 9 o'clock. Tennessee announced the orange and white game will be coming back April 15th. That is when the game returns. Remember, the game did not happen last season because of the renovations going on at Neyland. And the Chiefs have activated running back Clyde Edwards-Helaire. Hey, at one point in time, he was actually the starter for the team. And Patrick Mahomes was a full participant in practice today. And just for nice kicks and giggles, Jeff Saturday had his second interview today with the Indianapolis Colts. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Vols, the flagship station for your Tennessee Titans, and home to 3HL. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Yo, what up, Nashville? 3HL on the air. The happy hour presented by Spring Hill Heating and Cooling, SpringHillAC.com. It's cold out there, Babsy.
It's cold because it's so windy. My cushions are all over the backyard. My golf balls on my putting green. From Grass 365, they're all over the place.
First world problems, if I ever heard one.
I know.
My
Well,
balls
you
on my
remember
putting green are all
my
over the
balls
place.
on my putting green are all over the place. You remember that conversation, though?
Yeah.
I combined about 3 gifts for Mr. Babs in one.
It looks like Nashville
Totally
is crying
worth it.
outside. Like, it's just dark and
This is
dreary.
it for all of you that are new to town. Welcome. We love
is
you.
winter.
We accept everybody, but this is Nashville winter. Welcome to it.
Yeah.
Dreary and gray and depressing.
Typically, we like to witness rain and 35 degrees, something like that.
Mhm.
Like where it's
Usually about
just close enough for them to go crazy on television about the S word, snow. And me too, because I always want it. 18% of it. Wait. There's Babs. Dawn Davenport is in the building as Joe Hunk is on the phone. And did we already do it, or am I doing it again? What are we doing?
That's bunk.
Whatever.
That's bunk.
That's not bunk.
Always forget. Big topic of the day. Dawn Davenport with a job opportunity. Should she explore becoming a crossing guard in Williamson County? $20 an hour. She'll. I
can do it in the morning. It doesn't affect this show.
Well, it might though, because
How?
you're gonna have incidents that's just gonna kind of set you off for the day.
But I have those now. I have those every day.
I got nothing for that. Yeah.
Do you think I need to up my medication here? Perhaps.
Got some random bits of news and notes. By the way, Tennessee, Georgia coming up at 6 o'clock. Vol Network coverage begins at 5:30. We'll get you out about 5:23:30 to be exact, and get you headed that way. 18% of NBA games have been decided by one possession. How about that? How about that little nugget?
Wow.
Don't get that everywhere. Highest percentage since 2006 and 7.
That is so random. Like, what were you reading where that came up?
I don't know. That might have been a Sports Center thing. You know how they support the NBA. But yeah, 18% of NBA games have been decided by one possession. So ultimately, 1 out of 5 times you can just turn on an NBA game, see how much time's left, then come back to it when there's like 3 minutes left. Right?
Yeah.
By the way, speaking of the NBA, Golden State and Memphis tonight, they do not like each other.
And John Morant is playing, right?
He is playing.
Okay.
LeBron with 46, 8, and 7 last night, but the Clips win their 10th in a row against the Lakers. NBA news for you. Grizz guard Danny Green. Here's another one. Had a severe left knee injury 8 months ago. He'll make his return February 1st against Portland.
Okay.
I'm done with the NBA. 7-time All-Star. Scott Rowland was voted into the Baseball Hall of Fame. He's the only guy. Now I have a problem with this.
Yeah, that's bunk.
I have a problem with this. I'm not against Scott Rowland. Like, he's my kind of guy. Like, he just goes out there and does his job. But, like, if you hit 281 in your career, Hall of Famer.
Why is he a Hall of Famer?
He's not.
Okay.
Well, he is.
And Hunk is our resident baseball guy.
Yeah, me too. I just don't.
Both of y'all
I don't express it that much. But 7-time All-Star, 8-time Gold Glove winner.
But what I'm saying, okay. Eight-time Gold Glove winner is pretty good.
1-time Silver Slugger. But here's my thing. 17 Major League Baseball seasons. So it's a longevity thing with him. That's fine, whatever. I'm going to compare him to Todd Helton, who didn't get in.
By 3%.
11 votes. Todd Helton was 11 votes away. He had 72.2% of the votes, so really 2.8%. So Scott Rowland, 281 career average. Todd Helton, 316.
Ooh.
Scott Rowland, 316 homers. Todd Helton, 369. Scott Rowland, 1,287 RBI. RBI, runs batted in, not runs batted ins. RBI, 1,406 for Todd Helton. 517 doubles for Rowland, 592 for Helton. 43 triples for Rowland, 37 for Helton. So Todd Helton was a 5-time All-Star, 3-time Gold Glove winner, but 4-time Silver Slugger winner, batting champ in 2000, and the RBI leader in 2000.
So it's different.
Put Todd Helton
I mean,
in.
it's defense versus offense.
I guess.
Right?
It's just, you never think of him as somebody that ever actually really did anything. Like, it sounds so sad to say.
He's a glue guy.
He is. He's just like, oh, he's there, and he's at third base, and okay, yeah, he's dependable.
Let's put him in the All-Star game.
But
and that's why he got in. 7 All-Star appearances.
Like, I don't consider him a Hall of Famer, like, at all. Like, he wasn't even close to the best player on the World Series team that he helped win.
So we've gone NBA and Major League Baseball. I'm fired up about this because everybody's going at Todd Helton. We had Mary call in from Colorado because he played in Colorado. That's an advantage to play at Coors Field.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the humidor and all that crap and the elevation.
That's also bunk.
No, that's true.
By the way, no, it's fine, but put him in. I don't care. I mean, listen, if you can hit a baseball in space, number one, it's not coming down. Number two, put the guy in. Facts, yeah. Thanks. So we've gone NBA, we've gone Major League Baseball.
Okay, what else?
Here's another fun fact for you. I saw this on Twitter, and I can't remember which Twitter feed I saw it from, so I'm sorry.
Come on, Mayor.
One SEC player in the Baseball Hall of Fame.
What?
Oh, yeah, I know that. I know which one it is.
There's only one?
There's only one.
Just wait about 20 years from now, though.
No kidding, because you've got 7 of 10 top 10 teams. The top 25 in college baseball right now.
7 of the top 11 in the
7
preseason
11.
poll.
Yes,
yeah.
sorry.
What were you going to say? Who is it?
It's Frank Thomas.
Frank Thomas, a big hurt, which is a great Auburn,
Yep.
which is a great nickname.
War Eagle. Because why not?
Also, by the way, R.A. Dickey actually received a Hall of Fame vote.
He did. I know.
Really?
He had
First year on the
0.3.
ballot.
Okay.
R.A. Dickey, man. That is an unbelievable story, that guy.
Yeah.
So he coached my 16-year-old's team when they were 12 years old, and he came out to throw BP.
How about that? Oh, my Little League coach is R.A. Dickey.
Yeah, Coach George throws good BP. Well, I got R.A. Dickey out here.
Right.
Talk about people that just live around Nashville.
So it was the first day of practice, and R.A.'s going to throw, and he was freshly retired, and that's a hard transition for anybody that's played professional sports that long because you've been doing that your whole life. So he really dove into this group of kids, which was so awesome to watch for them, but also to watch for him. But it was the first day he was throwing BP, and over there at Crockett Park. And Bob just mentioned that during the break. And he was walking out with, his bucket of balls and everything. I'm like, you going to throw him the knuckleball? Me being me. And he's like, let's make sure they can hit the straight one first. And I was like, really funny and probably true. But he would mix in the knuckleball every once in a while to the kids so they could see it and all that. So that's
awesome.
But R.A. is a great dude. And that guy totally reinvented himself.
Yeah.
Into a knuckleball pitcher. And he did the knuckleball differently than most knuckleball pitchers because he threw it kind of hard. And so that was a different deal for him. And then he won the Cy Young. I mean, just unreal. Over there at NBA. And then Tennessee. I mean, Rod Delmonico pitched that guy 8 million innings at Tennessee. But anyway, where were we going?
Around the world.
Do you want in? Yeah. Do you want to hear from Josh Allen about this Damar Hamlin conspiracy?
Dude, this is crazy.
Do people know about this to where we don't need to tell them, or do we need to tell them?
I think we need to tell them because I just found out about it like yesterday.
So what's the conspiracy, Babs?
So the like far-fetched kind of crazy conspiracy is that Damar Hamlin is actually not alive and that...
Oh, my gosh.
I mean, this is crazy.
What?
It's crazy. Not alive, that it was the vaccine that actually killed him, and that this person that was at the game is actually a clone, like a body double. Now, that's the crazy. That's the total crazy part. But the reason all of these conspiracy theories started is because you saw the game, right? They showed him, but never did you actually see Damar's face, like even the footage from...
It was 5 degrees.
Well, yeah, but, and people are like, how is somebody who has to be on oxygen, why does he have a mask on and his face is covered? And then his hands, where he was like raising up, cheering for the team, and they showed him on TV and they're like, that guy just had cardiac arrest. How is he able to do what he's doing right now, like basically a few weeks out of honestly passing away on the field and them reviving him,
Yeah.
So that is and Damar through his Twitter feed is like playing right into this. He took a picture by a mural and just put clone with a little ninja emoji next to it. So Damar Hamlin's playing into it, but Josh Allen is like pissed about it. He's having none of this.
So Newsweek, New York Post, and other outlets are running stories about a Damar Hamlin conspiracy theory in which people are suggesting that he was not at the game on Sunday and that it was some sort of body double conspiracy cover-up. That it goes on and on and on into the tinfoil hat territory. Would you like to debunk that conspiracy theory or maybe confirm it?
Yeah, that's stupid. You said there's mainstream media outlets pushing this?
There's mainstream media outlets. There's people with like really legitimate heavy followings who are saying the fix is in. That was not Damar. His face was covered. He had sunglasses. He had a hat. When they went to him on CBS, you couldn't see him. And that there's this next level conspiracy that was actually not Damar Hamlin at the game. They're saying it.
One, that's Damar's swag. That's what he liked. He likes wearing that. Two, he was in the locker room with us pregame. So, yes, that was Damar. There's absolutely zero chance. That's Damar Hamlin. That's our guy. That's our brother. He was with us pregame, postgame. He was up in the suite with his family, his little brother, 100%. So, people need to stop.
I got it.
Stop this.
Wow.
On the way out.
Oh, the Shiano bomb on the way out. There you go.
I love it.
I will say this. If you don't want the conspiracy theories and all that, then just like show your face.
There's also another conspiracy theory going around right now that the Titanic never sank.
Oh, okay.
So those are probably the same people
and that
that
the
believe
Earth is flat and we never went to the moon. And
there are people that believe that the Titanic did not sink and that it was actually the ship, the Olympic, is the one that sank because the White Star Line didn't want to repair it. So they're just like, we're going to sink this one.
Rose would say you're wrong.
Yeah, what the hell was Kate Winslet doing out there in the middle of the water?
And why did Jack have to do what he did?
Exactly.
I mean, seriously.
Jack could have been spared.
He could have been spared. He wasn't even on the right ship.
Yeah, Jack had a death wish, though. He was going to save somebody and die. At some point in his life, he was just going to do that. That's just what he had to do. Devin McCourty, speaking of conspiracy theories, y'all ready? We were asking about, do y'all want Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, or Ryan Tannehill next season as your QB1? We'll talk more about that tomorrow because everybody's talking about this stuff. So anyway, why not us? Devin McCourty thinks Tom Brady will head to Tennessee.
I think for Tom, it's figuring out, and he said that he's going to take time. What I want him to do, go back to New England. I'll go back too if he goes. But what I think he's going to do, he's going to keep playing. I think a team like the Titans, he has Vrabel down there, a guy he played with, not too far from his family being on the East Coast, different than going all the way out to Vegas. I know Josh McDaniels is there, but you go to Tennessee, great running back, good defense. They'll get some more weapons in there to throw the ball to. I can see Tom right there continuing this great career.
Wow. Listen.
Look at your face right now.
Seriously, that's
like
not
you saw
just
Tom Brady's ghost.
Now that's not just who is it? Is it Colin Cowherd that's like all about Aaron Rodgers to the Titans or something? Anyway.
Yeah.
Like this is
Property
McCourty
last year.
This is Devin McCourty who